Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the Lineker card to review. I kind of just figured, like, hey, I'll just buy the card while reviewing the midfielder card as well as the defender card so that we can kind of get all three of them out there, right? So, guys, listen, for some cards, when I said you could do them for sentimental value, it's not saying that the cards are horrible, because in this year's game, more cards are usable, right? Way more cards are usable. But for the price range that you're completing some of these SBCs at, some people are going to be like, you know, like Drogba's card's actually pretty decent, but it's up there in price, right? So, like I said, the physical type strikers and whatnot, EA have done a really good job with them, to be fair. They are significantly better this year. So just letting you know, because some people, like, you know, they get a little bit upset when if I say an SBC is like worth it for this and that, you know, like, again, most of the cards are usable. Some of them are awful. I'll tell you they're awful. Like getting that Rodrigo card doesn't really make a lot of sense, you know, but you know the vibes. Anyways, guys, Lineker's card, 5'10", high-low work rates, right-footed, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. You can't skill with this card, right? So he is going to be a physical type striker, even though he doesn't have physical stats, right? So what you kind of have to rely on is whether the weak foot's good, whether the work rate is good in game, or whether or not the card just performs well in game because of the base card stats that he's working with, right? Because for me, as you guys always know, I always have to provide these cards with a or an engine chemistry style, which is always important for me because I need to be able to move when people are doing the whole park the bus situation, right? So on the engine chemistry style, this is what the card is going to be working with, right? So engine will turn him into an explosive player. Not a big deal. Explosive players, not explosive players, controlled players, excuse me. They still run okay, so no big deal there. He's going to have 95 acceleration with a 92 for sprint speed. Shooting, you kind of have to hope that it's in a good area as it is. Most of the strikes that you will be taking are going to be inside the 18-yard box, right? So the finishing and the attacking positioning while working with a high-low work rate, that's going to be the important things to take a look at, okay? Passing on the card is going to be in an okay area. It is a card that you are going to be using as a striker for the most part, by himself, with somebody else, that kind of stuff. Dribbling. This is where we get more into like the physical side, right? Because his dribbling stats is on the lower side, with agility, balance, and dribbling being the way that it is at an average body type. So we're going to have to see how that performs in game. He can't really jump. He has a low heading accuracy at an 87. It's like, all right, I guess. And then he also has an 84 for stamina, 78 for strength. So at 72k, I think the SBC is probably valued around the same thing, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, 72k for the most part, for people that are interested in doing this card for whatever reason, right? Obviously, if you're a fan of the player or for the clubs that he's played for in the past, then you do that for that reason, right? Like I said, guys, a lot of these guys for this year's version of FIFA are significantly more usable. Like, I've never liked a Drogba in previous years. This is his best year that you've used a Drogba card, unless there was like an old FIFA where he was actually a monster, but that would take me back like super far, right? So yeah, so with Gary Lineker, I'm going to be using him in the striker position for this new 3-4-2-1 that we will be doing a review for today. I have a bunch of highlights for it now. I was using Carlos Soler up top to see if I can get goal scoring opportunities, because midfielders, you don't score too often with them. It's like sometimes. A lot of the times they're on stay back while attacking. So yeah, Vanderson was a good card to get just for that. Like, he has some defensive stats. So if I'm playing a 3-back, like I mentioned in the review, you play him in the side positions. Good to have there, right? But yeah, Gary Lineker will be on stay central, getting behind. Because you can't really dribble too much with these guys, you do have to just kind of force them to get into certain areas as quickly as possible, right? So we'll try him out in game. We'll see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast.
And this is the initial 11 for the visitors today. Gianluigi Donnarumma stands between the posts. Ashraf Hakimi plays with Sead Kolasinac in the fullback positions. And the tactical big chance here, Derek.
Ooh, let's go, Gary. Let's go, Gary, my boy.
That's how to dispossess your opponent. How can they make something happen?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, you really have to do the ball roll driven for that to work.
Neymar giving the ball to the opposition that time.
Oh, weak foot pass there with him.
Soler.
Again, nice.
Payet.
Oh, I should have lob passed it.
A chance for it to get in.
Oh, had to be able. Oh.
Oh, you don't want to lose the ball in that position.
Oh, no goal. Man.
Almost at half time, it's going the way of the visitors as things stand. Stuart, what have you made of what you've seen?
Well, it's been a tight game so far.
Ah,
Just had that little bit
regular finesse shots, got nothing off of it.
And space for them here on the flank. Cutting in, what can he do from this position?
Oh, what a slide challenge. You know, we respect, because I'm pretty sure he did that himself.
Oh, and a perfect ball now. How about this?
Oh, the sluggish gameplay, guys. This 1 o'clock gameplay? Oh, man. Woo, boys, let me tell you.
Touch on. Well, he really read that brilliantly. Hakimi. Can they forge ahead?
Oh, he did well there, too. Did really well.
Ben Yedder. A real opening now.
There you go, Gary.
A double in his day.
Let's go. These cards are way more usable nowadays than they have been in the past. He's pausing the game, now he's going to activate pressure tactics. I'm not going to be able to play. Yeah.
Well, we have 20 minutes left in this game.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, no foul. My dribble is going to be affected there in those situations, but just get the foul there, at least.
Decent position. And a textbook interception.
I needed that good.
And the ref, and it might be.
Tap shot. There you go. Let's go, Gary Lineker.
Payet. Here's Ben Yedder.
Oh, that pass has got to be better. I needed that to go in the middle over there.
Oh, he's lost possession of the ball. Ben Yedder must take the lead here.
Hey, you can't even lie. Having that weak foot for that situation to make that pass is great. But guys, the Gary Lineker card, like, if you're a fan of his in real life, for whatever reason, you know, you're doing a club team, Carlos Soler with the defensive play again. I mean, he's scoring goals for me. He's getting involved.
Really good challenge.
Yeah, he was making that run there, but like L1, R1 runs are like not that crazy, so.
Payet. Losing.
If I can get that dribble off, I had Lineker in a good position there.
Soler. Now with Payet.
Oh, yeah. The touch has to be way better there for me to hit a consistency there. Carlos Soler again.
There. Payet. And still trying to get the shot off. Can he put it in?
Yeah, I just had to work the small little dribbles and then get the tap shot off for the near post. I like that the tap shot's like really effective, to be honest with you. I love it because I created that space and I scored it. Like, I love it.
Friends. Thibaut Courtois begins in goal. Lucio plays alongside David Alaba.
Almost got the pass off.
Seko Fofana. A wonderful intervention. This could level it. And
That was super lucky.
clarity now.
Super lucky. We'll take it though.
Soler. Ben Yedder. Patient build-up at the moment. This could be the equaliser.
Good goal.
The equaliser.
Gary Lineker.
Eric Bailly. Good visualization. And
Oh, slightly offside. Unlucky. If I got that pass off, Gary Lineker would have been good.
Jalot. Payet. Might go ahead.
Nice goal, boys. Well done.
Attack. A really sumptuous ball. Oh, a goal.
That works.
And the nose.
Hey, listen, it's like I mentioned to you guys earlier, right? The gameplay's sluggish, so commands are going to pop off, sluggish movement and stuff, so I'm not surprised by that.
5G son. Ben Yedder. Can he take the chance?
I was about to say, there's no way I don't score that, right?
Right into reach.
There's no way, there's no way.
Snatch. And beating the defender.
There's no way, man. Come on.
Can't exhale just yet. Here they come again. Payet.
No, you gotta get in front, my G. Thank you, Carlos.
Ben Yedder.
Tap shot. Yes, Gary. That's what we were looking for.
There's momentum going. They're a good team at the moment.
He continues his run. It might be.
Oh, I thought the ball roll tap shot was gonna work there. No.
Fofana with it.
It was actually a good law pass, to be fair. It wasn't bad at all.
And space to cross it. Can he do it?
Nice. Hey, listen, the card is usable, man. Like, this is the best Gary Lineker we've ever had in any year of FIFA. Let's be real.
Visitors have had most of the ball, and they've made good use of it. They really have played some good attacking football, and they look like scoring more.
Yes, who knows? Maybe another opportunity in the works for them. Soler. Fofana with it. In with a chance.
Nice, good placement. Good placement, my boy. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Gary Lineker SBC. So, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The card performs better than I thought he would. I thought he was going to be, like, mad generic. And to be fair to EA, that is in parts due to the fact that these cards nowadays feel significantly better because of the way that the meta of the gameplay works. So I think the key things that they did to this card, right, is that in-game wise, the finishing is perfectly fine, right? If you work certain angles, you take your strikes, you green time them as much as possible. He's pretty decent at hitting them. He's not like always consistent, but that's why I always tell you guys, green time your shots, try to hit drivens as much as possible to score your opportunities. But I think what was important for me, because this is a card that you're not going to want to dribble too much with, but you can dribble with. He's not horrible at it. It's very important to kind of force instructions out of these cards, right? So when you have something like a stay central getting behind for him, like we did for the 3-4-2-1 video, which again, I will be doing a review for at some point in the future because I have a bunch of highlights for it. It's perfect for a card like this because the way that he gets involved to score his opportunities is great. Like I said, he performs significantly better than I thought he would. Obviously, he still strays away from the meta of the gameplay, but for those of you that are a fan of this card, you know, even Drogba's card as well. Again, these cards, they play significantly better in the meta gameplay nowadays than did in previous years. Like this card, if this was a previous year, I would tell you guys, I don't even know why you're looking at this review. This card's horrible, right? But yeah, I really like the high-low work rate on the card. I think that was like a really important thing that they improved. For me, I always got to give an engine chemistry style to these guys to kind of make them as responsive as possible. We faced a guy that had like the team of the year icon Hullet. I think Zidane had a card. He has like a full meta team, you know, Sergio Ramos, all that kind of stuff. And he was still doing okay for me against that guy because his movement on the pitch is actually pretty decent. Again, that high-low work rate with decent positioning or decent shooting in game inside the 18-yard box makes him a very usable card, 100%. You know, a lot of people won't use this card because he's not really like hugely meta, but I will tell you this right now, like I mentioned earlier, he 100% performs better than I thought he would. I really thought he was going to be like super generic. I really did. The high-low work rates is like that part is so huge for him. It just makes him so much more usable. So much more usable. So yeah, for those of you that want to complete this card for some sort of sentimental value, like I mentioned, like the guy's like, for the Drogba video, the guy's like, this guy is actually good. Like, yeah, a lot of the cards are decent. Like Gary Lineker, guys, we scored how many goals with him for the Foot Champs games? Let's see. How many goals did we score with him? 10 goals and 1 assist in 7 matches. Like I said, these cards are significantly more usable. I never see Trezeguet ever being used, ever. But he's much better in this year's game than he ever is in every other year. You know what I'm saying? So for people who like to use these cards and are decent enough at FIFA, you can actually utilize these guys, which is cool, right? So yeah, definitely performs better than I thought he would. Really cool. I know some of you guys skipped to the end for just the general consensus, which either annoys people or makes people happy. Trust me, I know that people do that all the time. Watch the gameplay. It actually did okay for me. Like it was pretty cool to work with. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.